Good day, traders. This is Rich with some price action on April 8th, 2020. It is currently 4:15. Day just completed. We're looking at the SPY of the day. Opened up a couple points up, but then it gradually kept climbing. Not too many big pullbacks. Only this one probably right here was the biggest pullback of the day, other than the beginning morning. And people were thinking it was going to drop off pretty hard here, and they got caught up. Ended up going about 9 points, 8.90 to the north side. So if you got caught, sorry to hear that, but that's why we don't take long-term trades right now. So let's go into what I did do. It was a good day, but bad day. Definitely profit-wise, it was not a good day, but mentally and learning wise, it was a great day. So let's just go into it and I'll show you what I am talking about. So APT was the first trade of the day. I was looking for the break of this candle. This is the opening candle. These are pre-market candles on the light gray, and it failed. Didn't happen this fast. I was looking at 2-minute candles. It did pull back on me pretty quick, but I was able to get out I got in and then I got out with just a small loss, which is no problem. I'll take that. And that was actually the positive news, but that trade did not work out. Looking for the break of the opening price. The second trade was I went back to American Airlines, and this one yesterday I jumped in a little early and I probably shouldn't have done that, but in this case I did not. I waited for the break of the high of the first red candle here on this particular candle, and it did go in my favor about 6 or 7 points, cents. But once it didn't work out, I moved my stop up and got stopped out. I didn't see the thrusting move that I was looking for the whole time. And as you can see, the 11 spot, which was my goal was, this was the pre-market high, 11.10. I was looking for it to bust through this and then bust through that. And then eventually it did try to come up through 11, barely made it, and then drop back down. Tried again, barely made it, came back down. Tried again, barely made it, came back down, and then finally it did it. So I might stay away from AAL for a little bit because it just didn't work. Unless there's some momentum in the airline stocks, I'm best off not trading that. So the next one, so that's 0 for 2, small loss. And you can check the website for actual gains and profits. This was the break of the same type of trade, break of the red candle here, using the half 350 mark, got in at 351, it jumped up, but then fell back down, then closed here. So this is when I set the stop pretty tight and got out with another small loser. The key here on the lesson, these first 3 trades, I'm off to a terrible start, but I moved my stop mentally and physically and only took small losses. So that's great. And look what happened after that. It ended up dropping all the way down. And back in the day, I used to let my full stop, let's say it was at the bottom of these candles here, I would let it come all the way down. I mean, I would get stopped out and I would lose all this extra money versus letting it work right away. If it doesn't work right away, get out. You're going to have a small loss, yeah, but no one likes to lose. But I'd rather have 100 small losers than 100 huge losers. So anyway, let's continue on. The next trade was the trade of the day. The trade I was looking at all morning long. I was watching the pre-market and it was setting up so nice. NVAX, it had hit this high here, and at the beginning of the end of the pre-market, it had jumped up to make new highs around 750 or almost 744. But look what happened. During all the time I was making those bad trades, this fell off and wasn't setting up. But then when I came to it at the nick of time, I noticed it coming back up pretty fast. And I took the break of this number here, which was 733. However, for some reason, I was so nervous that I was making these terrible first 3 trades that I took a small profit on my first scale out, and then the next 2 I kind of got stopped out only because it came back for a half a second. But look what happened. It went all the way up to 18.25. Not that I would probably have gotten 18.25. I would definitely gotten like 50, 60, 70 cents out of this one. And in the end, I only got, I don't know, what did I get? 13 cents or something like that. It was pitiful. It was very frustrating. This was the shining moment. I was too nervous to lose on a 4 trade. I just wanted to get a little bit of green, and I didn't take advantage of the actual move that was in play. I need to focus on the trade that's in play, and in this case, I did not. It did move up to 18.25 and faded out pretty good the rest of the day. So this was the move. A lot of volume, and I had it. I'm looking at my piece of paper right here. NVAX, 52 million float. I mean, I had it this morning at like 8:30. It was my number 1 play, and I didn't take it. So that's pretty frustrating. So in the trading room, the guys were talking about some real estate trusts and whatnot that are doing well today. This had gapped up pretty good. This is MITT, and you can see it jumped up to around 3 here, and it was consolidating in this 3 to 280 range. And once it broke the high of 3, which was right here, I jumped in. But guess what? Again, I was still nervous from the previous trades that I sold when it came back down here, because I got in at 303, and it got to the low of 3, and I set my stop 1 cent. I took out some here, but once it pulled back, I set my stop to 3.04, just a penny above my entry, and I should have set it like 2.99 or 3 at least, and it wouldn't have gotten hit, and it went all the way up to 48. So I would have done really well in this trade at a $3 stock for 48 cents or 45 cents or whatever. Obviously, I was scaled up all the way, but I would have done pretty well, and I missed out on that one. So lesson learned. I picked 2 great winners back to back after 2 small losers, but I didn't take advantage. So I knew I thought I was done at that point, but in the afternoon I saw one more trade set up. PCG. This was a stock that was up 27% on the day, and I just kind of had an idea that this was going to work out pretty well. Not necessarily the best move, but enough that I was using the half number here at 10. I knew it was, it's been getting squeezed out pretty good in the short side, and then this move moved past the 1050 mark. So as it was curling back up here, I took the 1050 break here, got in at 1051, popped to 1057 here, got out some, and then I got out the rest on this next candle, unfortunately, because look what happened. It definitely moved up again to 1072. I did get out there on the 1062. Had I held, I don't know if I would have held down to 1040, because I already had the first move, and I was a little nervous even based on the other 2 trades. But then it moved up again to 1072. This was a new high here. Then it pulled all the way back down to around 1035 and then climbed all the way up to 1096. So the idea was there. The thoughts are there. I have the right idea. I'm just not finishing. So that's what I need to work on. I need to trust in the system I'm working on. And I will be studying all weekend and going forward on a new system that I'm working on through this group of traders, and I feel like it's going to really work out for me. I just need to get there mentally. I think as defensive I want to be, I need to open it up a little bit as well. Of course, I'm not risking a ton of money here. It's not about the money. It's just about making the right moves at the right times and committing. So this is Rich. Summing up, long video. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with another trade or 2. We'll see what happens. We're going into the Easter weekend, and have a good one. Stay safe out there. This is Rich with some price action on April 8th. Talk to you soon.